there, Mr. Mayor. My name is Ashley Spinelli. I am a 9-year-old girl who is a member of Recess. I'm kind of starting to like 5th grade. What do I mean? Well, back in the day, 5th grade was a struggle for me in the first few days because you would graduate from what grade by the end of the school year. Well, obviously I never graduated from that due to the fact that since Recess was canceled, I've been stuck doing lessons about history and plenty other. Now I understand that history is one lesson you learn about at school, but I've been learning about it a lot every Wednesday, and it's not hard. Enough with the chit-chat, let me discuss about what happened to me in the recent, so don't tra-la-la out there. There is a lost episode of Thomas and Friends that was weird and funny. I have never watched Thomas the Tank Engine right in front of my parents because there was a rumor about a limo being hit by a train years ago. I've ever heard about from my friend TJ, that is his sister Becky, turned into an engine after stealing the tape and missing the Thomas video. This has all happened when I was walking down the street with my dog Duck Hunt because he needed to do some exercise, and so did I. Meanwhile, I heard the sound of something rumbling through that was an earthquake coming. It wasn't until I heard about a loud sound of loud yawning. I looked to realize that there was the Empire State Building with a face that had some arms while singing about how not to be mean and plenty other. I only made it stop singing by giving it the middle finger and kept walking. Later that evening, I came home feeling very tired. I wish I could tell you what I have done in the past hours, but it's none of your business on how I spend my life. The next morning, I received a knock on the door, and I was greeted by Mr. Badger claiming that he would be sneaking a videotape of a studio out there, where Thomas and Friends was filmed. We managed to slip into the office when everyone was gone due to the place being closed on Sundays under a disguise that I'd forgotten about the prize Sir Toppet Hat mug. Little did I know that I was about to discover something that would be completely destroyed the Thomas mythology and possibly to explain the apocalypse theories related to Thomas and Friends that are swimming around the internet. I smashed the camera on the way out and went back home. When I got back home, I turned my VHS player on and inserted the tape. And I got some milk while the previews rolled and even a cheeseburger with a slice of chicken in the middle. The Thomas and Friends intro played as normal. The episode was called Duncan's Sugar Rush. It started off with Thomas, who was riding the rails, and his coaches, Annie and Clarabelle, on them. The narrator didn't sound like the USA acting, neither is UK acting. He sounded more like a German and Russian and English person. This was what the narrator said. It was a beautiful day on the island of Sodor, and Thomas and his friends were taking some children to the seaside while dozing on some drugs. That was very confused me because I've never heard or seen any of the trains take drugs or eat any food. Then the narrator claimed that Thomas was going to visit Rheneas and Scarloli. He arrived at the place only to find out that Rheneas, whatever some reason, was drinking beer, while Scarloli's driver was eating a cheeseburger even though he was a vegan, according to the ID showed. Thomas thought that was strange. Then Duncan came into the station and said, "I'm going to say the N-word." It wasn't until Sir Toppet had showed up and hit him with the baseball bat, telling Duncan not to be mean. Meanwhile, Thomas was puffing down Gordon's Hill and saw Duncan again. For some reason, he was on a normal train track and said, "Aye, Thomas, wants a beer, mate?" And Thomas said, "Sorry, Duncan, I'm far too busy." And Duncan said, "What the hell is wrong with you tank engines?" Then Duncan's driver have a sip of Coca-Cola while drinking and doing beer noises. Then it comes to the inside of Duncan's eyes where the mix of soda went into his brain. Duncan let out a very happy scream and immediately puffed super fast down the track. He was rushed by Thomas. Sir Toppet had said, "What is this?" Thomas then replied saying, "I don't know, sir. Duncan must have went into a sugar rush." Duncan then went super fast, and then he crashed into a house near the station master was in it. His wife was very angry and she said, "You piece of crap, you killed our children!" And for some reason, the tape abruptly stopped there. The video was useless anyway, so it didn't matter. By now the VHS tapes have gotten over with and the people moved on to DVDs, the streaming services and other stuff. That is when something really bad began to happen the next day. I was playing some King of the Fighters on 13 on my PS3 until I heard a knock on the door. You know, I know you're tired of the cliches, but this is serious. When I opened the door, I spotted what seemed to be like a North Korean soldier as a puppet. I started asking them if I could help them with something until they grabbed a large bag and grabbed me in there. I was screaming like crazy, asking for someone for help. I wish I would have called 911, but I left my cell phone in the house. The North Korean puppets sent out a spray that put me to sleep. I woke up at the hospital, realizing the man who looked like he worked for the government. He said, "Don't worry, Spinelli. The only reason why you're here is because of the fact that Britt Alkoff claimed that the tape of a lost episode of Thomas and Friends episode was stolen by you. I saw that the man had some assistants such as Richard Futchud, Remy the Rat, and General Asquith, Vanilla Scrooge, and John Arbuckle. They got me some tools they use for plastic surgery, and Jefferson Davis gave me a shot to put me to sleep again. While they gave me surgery, I had a dream that I was in a hot tub full of cheese sauce. I rubbed some cheese sauce on me until I noticed I was completely naked in the dream. When I got up, I realized that I had become a train. I looked a lot like Rheneas, and that's who I was. I wish I never accepted that master plan by Mr. Badger, and now I had to go to court for them for item theft. I was sentenced to spend a day in prison. Nobody likes to talk to me anymore about crimes, and it's all my fault. The end." And that, my little pretties, was Duncan's Sugar Rush, a Thomas and Friends Lost episode funny pasta, written by Ashley Armbruster. Ashley Armbruster, I want to say thank you so much for the story. Now, I'm going to be honest, and we're going to get back to the story itself. Well, I obviously could say that I really enjoyed this story in many ways I could count. Even though it's a funny pasta, it's still a really well-made funny pasta to begin with. I could definitely tell that there was a lot of time and effort into the story, and that's a really good thing when it comes to that. Like, I've been looking for some good Thomas curry pastas, and I don't know what it is or something, but for some reason I couldn't find any good Thomas curry pastas. Well, I did find a couple of them, but they're either cliched or just wasn't that great in grammar and crap like that. So that is why I'm like, I'm just gonna have to find something else. And and to be completely honest, I really do like Thomas the Tank Engine curry pasta right here. Now, the Thomas and the Children one was somewhat interesting, which I believe I narrated that on my channel last year, but I can't remember. I might have to look because I don't remember if I narrated it or not, but I could definitely say that this story was actually really well done, and there was definitely lots of time and effort into the story. Now, if I'm going to say something right now, is that the grammar of this was actually really good. However, I did spot a couple grammatical errors throughout the stories, and I believe there were a few lowercase i's. I'm keeping myself from fuming because there were a couple errors I did see, a few, what was it? Oh yeah, I did spot a few lowercase i's, so I guess maybe that was a mistake. Like, I found a few, spelling errors and grammatical errors, so I kind of stuttered. Not kind of. I stuttered a bit because of that, so pardon me for that, but yeah, the grammar errors just need to be fixed up, and along with the punctuation errors, a few of them just need to be fixed up. But I could definitely say that this one, there was a lot of time and effort into the story, and that is a very, very, that's just a thing that I could definitely say about this story. Now, does it kill any, well, despite the cliches that were incorporated in it, I honestly have to say that it was really well done and very interesting, to say the least. Now, I can definitely say right now that this story was actually pretty funny. I did stifle a few laughs throughout the way of the story because it was just very funny. Now, I could definitely say there was a lot of time and effort into the story, and that is a very good thing when it comes to that. Like, I noticed a few, besides the grammatical errors and crap like that, I'm actually able to say that the story was definitely lots of time and effort into it. So I guess that's one way you could definitely say that the story was actually really good. Now, is there anything else that I have to say that I didn't like about this story? I can't really point my finger at it right now, but I will maybe do that eventually whenever I get, the chance or something. Because, to be completely honest, I really have to say that this story was just absolutely amazing. And that's a very good positive that I do have to say about the story, is that there was a lot of time and effort into it. Besides the grammatical errors that needs to be fixed up, the story itself was actually really well done. And that is a very good thing, that positive that I could say about this story. But is there anything else that I have to say about it? Well, I actually really liked it. So I could definitely say that, it was really cool and really interesting in any form, in any way. Now, I could definitely say there was like a lot of good time and effort into it. So I definitely have to say, you do, Ashley Armbruster, you make a really good job on this story. And I definitely should say that you do really interesting. So, yeah, I guess you could say that this story was actually really amazing in any form or any way. And I could definitely say that, this story was actually pretty good. Well, I guess I kind of, explained what I liked about it. And I guess I kind of, explained myself too much a lot. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the review because, I'm really deciding to say right now that this story was actually really good. Now, although the grammatical errors and the punctuation errors can be some of the parts could be fixed up, maybe just a little bit, but then that way the story would be a lot more easier to read. So I guess I could kind of say that, this story was actually pretty good in my opinion. However, I am going to say right now that this story has been a pretty good story, and I could definitely say that there was definitely a lot of time and effort. Now, the grammatical errors and punctuation errors could be fixed up a little bit, but other than that, the story was actually very well done. And that is definitely something I'm saying right now. Now, I'm going to say right now that this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that is fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas or funny pastas, if you want to call funny pasta, if you want to call it that. This is simply my own personal thoughts and opinion, and if you don't like my opinion, that's totally fine. Just understand that this is my opinion, and yeah, and I will respect your opinion if you respect mine. So I guess I could kind of say, now I'm going to say right now that my final rating of this story would have to be I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. It's a good curry pasta, or funny pasta in this case. There was a lot of time and effort into it. There was definitely great concept to it and stuff like that. But the grammar but the grammatical errors that I did spot that needs to be fixed up a little bit, but a little bit of the grammatical errors needs to be fixed up, along with the punctuation errors. But other than that, the story was actually very well made. There was definitely lots of detail, and there was a lot of time and effort. I'm saying that now. I know I'm repeating myself, but I just can't get over when it comes to, liking a certain story. All right. Oh, excuse me. Apologize for that. But I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to wrap up the review, and then we'll go from there. Now, anyways, what did you all think about this funny pasta? Or curry pasta, whatever you guys prefer to call it. Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so then you guys don't miss another upload from me. And like always, I'm going to be seeing you all in the next video. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so then you guys will get notified to my new uploads. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out of here. And I will be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out.